Three countries, three national animals, but only one has become the universal symbol of power for centuries: the eagle. Why? Out of more than 10,000 bird species, what made this one worthy of representing America and countless empires before it? Before it became a symbol of power, this bird was not majestic. It was fragile, helpless. Even survival was not guaranteed. For a long time, I assumed the answer was simple. Eagles look powerful, so naturally people chose them. But the deeper I looked into their story, the less obvious that explanation became. So how did something that starts this week end up representing dominance? Before it became a symbol, the eagle was nothing special. Small, fragile, completely dependent. Every day was a gamble. Food had to arrive on time, storms had to be survived, and siblings were often not competitors, but threats. Because in nature, not every eagle that is born is meant to survive. Many never reach adulthood. In some species, only a fraction of hatchlings survive their first year. And that is where the first illusion breaks. A symbol of strength does not begin strong. It is built inside pressure. What always surprised me about eagles is that their story starts in the exact opposite way most people imagine. Then comes the moment every eagle must face. The nest, once protection, becomes limitation. The world below is no longer distant. It is inevitable. And at some point, the young eagle is pushed into something it cannot fully understand: flight. At first, there is no grace, only falling, recovering, failing again. Because flying is not instinct. It is earned through failure. And most birds never face that kind of test. A young eagle may spend weeks learning how to control air currents, land safely, and hunt effectively. The sky is not given. It is conquered. One mistake can mean injury, sometimes death, yet the bird keeps trying, and perhaps that persistence matters more than talent. the fall, something changes. Not just the body, but perception. The eagle does not see the world like other birds. Distance collapses into detail. Movement becomes meaning. An eagle's eyesight can be several times sharper than a human's. Some can detect prey from kilometers away. Where others see emptiness, it sees possibility. But this is not superiority. It is awareness. And awareness is often what decides survival, long before strength ever matters. Personally, I find this part more impressive than its claws or wings, because seeing clearly has always been one of nature's greatest advantages. By this point, the eagle had become everything it wasn't at birth. No longer fragile, no longer helpless. Its strength had been earned, not inherited. And perhaps that's what humans admired most. Not a bird born powerful, but one that became powerful. Yet if we measure purely by nature, the eagle is not number one. Falcons are faster, condors are larger, some birds are more lethal. So the question remains, why the eagle? The more I compared birds, the less the choice made sense. If speed was everything, the falcon should have won. If size was everything, the condor should have won. But symbols are rarely chosen by comparison. They are chosen by interpretation. The eagle does not represent dominance in every category. It represents something more human. The ability to rise, even after failure, to act, even without certainty, to continue, even when falling is possible. Maybe that is why civilizations kept returning to it. Not because it was perfect, but because its story felt familiar. Across history, different civilizations could have chosen different creatures, but they kept returning to the eagle. The Roman Empire carried the eagle into battle. Centuries later, nations would continue using it as a symbol of authority and ambition, not because it was the strongest bird, but because it reflected what humans wanted to believe about themselves: freedom, control over fear, the idea of rising above limits. It became less about biology and more about meaning. And once a symbol gains meaning, it becomes very difficult to replace. Out of more than 10,000 bird species, there are faster ones, bigger ones, more unusual ones, but very few that feel like a symbol of ascent. And perhaps that is the real answer. The eagle was not chosen because it is perfect. It was chosen because it feels like a direction, upward. Personally, I think that's why the eagle endured for so long. Not because it never falls, but because it keeps rising after it does. So what do you think about the eagle? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to see nature become even more spectacular, in the next video, we'll explore the oxpecker bird, a small yet powerful opportunist, commanding both gratitude and wariness from the great beasts.